Right, I've decided to do a video review of my Trek hybrid bike, prompted by the fact that I thought I'd change the stem on it. I'll say more about that in a minute. Anyway, so this bike, if I computer, I was going to look at it, see what distance it's done. There we go, let's have a look now. I'll pause while I do. It's showing 4655, but the computer hasn't been on since new, and there have been times when the computer's not been attached or working. So you can say about 5,000 miles. So, how have I found the bike? Well, it's done 5,000 miles. That's not so bad, is it? Now, from brand new, the first thing that happened was the chain went. I took it back and they replaced the chain with a stronger chain. And admitted that the one fitted wasn't as strong as the one they were able to replace it with. Other things ran reasonably well, but then after a little while a spoke went on the rear wheel. Got that changed, then another spoke went, and I had certainly the second one was replaced by a professional wheel builder who checked the wheel out. And then another spoke went, and what you'll see is there's a spare spoke strapped to this stay. Not seat stay, is it? But that one down there. And in the end, Trek agreed. The shop said this isn't right, this wheel, and Trek agreed that they could rebuild the wheel, and so all the spokes on the rear wheel have been replaced, and the wheel has been rebuilt. And the shop says this is a far better wheel than that out-shopped from the factory. So the factory shopped wheels are not as good as those using the same components that are hand-built. So that was it, chain, spokes. At some point I did need to change the chain and gears again, and you know what, I can hardly remember, but I know changed the complete set of front gears even though they weren't all worn. And it might be that I got a new crank set onto it at that time, a new rear cassette. These aren't the ones. And then what happened more recently was I got a seized joint on my derailleur, and in trying to free off the seized joint on the derailleur, I broke the hanger, and decided, and the jockey wheels needed replacing. There were all sorts of things which were beginning to go. The cable was rusty, so it went in for a service, and it's had new cassette, new chain, and new derailleur. So from new, rebuilt rear wheel, a replacement of the original chain, and it's on its third chain. It's on its third cassette on the back. And it's on its second set of front change wheels in 5,000 miles. These are going to be the next ones that will need changing, and the problem is when these get worn, the chain will be worn, and it might need yet a fourth cassette on the back. So bottom brackets survived so far, no problems with the bottom bracket. And what I'm going to do is just pause the video and say why the handlebars are lying down the front. Oh, same forks, the forks are the same, the wheel rims are the same, 3 or 4 tyres, and lots of inner tubes. And I changed the seat at some point. Not quite sure why that was changed.